you have to figure out what actually stands you out. Like, that's why I have had this quote for a very long time. I don't want to be the best. I want to be your favorite. Because if I'm the best, you're going to get tired of watching the best. But if something's your favorite, you're going to go to it more times than what is the best. Because you know the best is always going to be the best, no matter what. You're always going to win. From point A to point B, it's a straight path. But your favorite, if your favorite is the best, cool. But if not, then you have more room to be versatile and have a wider perspective and bring in attention spans to different people. Like, if you think about it, you're right. I am competing with TV, everybody else, for attention, but yet I got you guys year after year. What's up? You know what I mean? It's kind of sick. It's kind of sick. I on a side note too, what's super sick is that this morning I woke up and I was on TikTok, and I'll have to post the video after this clip. But he was talking about how I was a huge inspiration for him to start streaming, and now he's at 27,000 followers. And he was there from the very get-go of me doing everything, and like seeing me inspire him to start streaming and then him shout me out was pretty full circle. You know what I mean? It was very humbling, very cool. So I try not to be the best. I just try to be people's favorites. And I think a lot of people need goofy, wild, fun times and things that aren't so strict and political. We need time to breathe and fuck around, but also keep some civilized stuff going on, and I think that's what we got a good mix of going on here. So, with that, and I think a lot of people are looking for direction. Can I be hella honest? I think a lot of people are looking for direction because they want to start something but don't know how to get to where they want to go with it. I'm not saying that I have the answer, but I can say from my experience the best way to get there is just through doing it, but through movement. You got to do it through movement and just by doing it. And this is me checking myself with that, saying like, all right, the fruits of my labor on TikTok were absolutely dog shit, but I'm respectful to it because it's a humble start again. So we're at 3,200 views for the week. Not where I want to be, but realistically, if we look at the numbers and I try to be a logical person, I'm up. I'm up 1,368%. I'm better than winning. I'm on top of the world with those numbers. And so that's just where it is. On YouTube, we saw a little bit more love. Okay, almost 14,000 views in that first week. Watch time was up by over 1,000%, and we had 35 watch hours, 35 and a half, which was nice. And we're up 4 subscribers. We're not down any. I'll take that. That's a good start to the week. Through that, we posted quite a few recent videos, so it looks like 10. And you can see the top one that we got was 2,000 views. Average duration was 57%, which kind of 57% from most of these, besides for Battlefield is back with the new season and the Assassin's Creed one, which I think the Assassin's Creed one popped off a little bit on Instagram, from what I was told. So we're going to check that one out. What's interesting here is these ones, 9 and 10, they had a longer view duration, but less views. And those ones are more talking head versus just the clip itself. So that's kind of interesting. We got to take that into account. Okay. Because these are all gameplay reactions. But these ones are talking head. So it is longer but less views. So we got to figure out that balance. Are we hunting for subscribers or views? And if that's the case, let's go ahead and break this down and click on subscribers. It came from a short. That's when we gained 2. Right? Is that what was happening here? We posted 3 videos that day. We posted 1 video this day. And that's where we got 2. Okay, so that one is BumblebeeOwns reacts to the new Battlefield. So that's this one right here, is what got us 2. So let's figure out what we did here. It says we only gained 1 subscriber on this one. That's fine.
Okay.
We jump in right on the action.
Loving the Battlefield feel.
This wasn't a good part of the trailer. This was a great part of the trailer. Okay, so there's that, which is sick. But okay. So reactions. which is why we incorporated that into the beginning part of the stream based off the YouTube stuff. So that's awesome. So we did take a little dip. So when we post multiple videos, that's when it does the best. So we definitely have to stick with 2 for sure. Alright, and then let's check here. So on Instagram, we got 11,000 views. So Instagram came in second place versus TikTok, which came in last. We had non-follower interactions of 85%, and we engaged with 224. Nice. So right now, our most active times with followers, we have 2,782 followers on Instagram, 12 p.m. and 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. are great times to post. Monday. Looks like kind of throughout the whole entire week. That's super awesome. Okay, so some of the videos that we have, 2.4. Yeah, I see the Assassin's Creed one here on Instagram did way better at 2,400. And then the next one was the same trailer that blew up over here that got us subscribers on YouTube. That one's at 2,100. So that's awesome. Pulled in some of that, which is great. We're going to keep going and building upon this and see what we end up with next week. But I think overall we've seen a great jump between everything. Let's call that 3,000. Let's call that 17,000. So about 30,000 views in the first week across all platforms. That's not bad. Monetization wide, we did get some bits from Twitch from the previous stream, so I think that equals out to 2. So I think we made like 30,000 views and $2. So that's the recap of what we made for week 1.